Good day to all of you. Welcome to SCB Newtown News Bulletin. First, the headlines. The Sisters of St.Charles Convent, Newtown, Bhadravati, proudly unveil to you the life story of a determinate, authentic and courageous soul, Mother Benedicta. The news in detail. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. This quote of William Shakespeare is best realized in the life of the first Indian provincial superior of the then one Indian province of the congregation of the Sisters of St. Charles, Borromeo. Today, St. Charles community at Newtown wishes to honor and salute Mother Benedicta, a great and noble soul, by unfolding her life.
The little Cecilia was born to the Lobo family as the fourth child on November 28, 1937. Her birth brought much awaited joy and elation as she was born after the first three boys. Cecilia was a quiet child right from her childhood, and she realized that God was calling her to be His own. As a teenager, she once acclaimed, "I want to be a missionary." So she spent some times in a day in solitude and prayer to hear His voice calling. And she said a bold yes to the Lord by joining the congregation of the Sisters of St. Charles Borromeo at Thomastown in 1956. She thus realized that she is fulfilling a mission and thus making her life more meaningful and worthwhile.
The time of postulancy and novitiate gave her an environment of silence and prayer, which she longed for. She made her temporary profession in January 1959 and received the name as Sister Benedicta, which was also her mother's name. Soon after her first profession, Sister Benedicta was in St. Thomastown for a year as a student, after which she was sent to Belgium for further studies. In 1964, she reaffirmed her commitment for life in the vows of consecrated poverty, chastity, and obedience to God, to the Church, and to the congregation of the Sisters of St. Charles, which took place in Belgium.
A bird's eye view of her 63 years in the congregation can be seen here. Mother Benedicta has served as junior mistress for 2 terms. A community is fortunate to have sisters who were her juniors during those 2 terms. Sister Sylvia shares her experience of Mother Benedicta as her junior mistress.
I am Sister Sylvia. It is my immense joy to speak about my memorable experience with Sister Benedicta. She is a person of principles, values, a good listener, highly knowledgeable, and a confidential person. She is highly blessed and thus a rich resources to the congregation. In all her endeavors, she always remained calm and serene. I was blessed to be a junior under the direction of such a beautiful person who was also my neighbor and parishioner. As my mistress, she changed the traditional perception with which I was brought up and motivated me in the words of Jesus in the Gospel of Matthew chapter 5. Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and give glory to your Father in heaven. Her encouragement instilled confidence in me to bring out the hidden talent of creativity. Even now, as she is growing old gracefully, she is contributing her best to the congregation. Sister Benedicta, thank you for being a model to me and to the entire congregation.
No doubt, Mother has served the congregation under various capacities, but the most demanding role that she played was to be a first Indian provincial superior of the one Indian province.
Joining us now is Mother Lydia from Shimoga. Good day, Mother. I have this question to you. When Mother Benedicta was appointed as a provincial superior, it was a challenging phase of the province. So, how pressing was it for Mother Benedicta to fulfill her role? Where do you think she gained her strength and confidence from at that time?
It surely would have been an arduous journey for Sister Benedicta, particularly in the initial years. It definitely involved faith in the divine providence and trust in the sisters under her care. As a first Indian provincial superior, she had to be a leader who sees more than others see, farther than others see, and even before others could see. Sometimes, as a leader, she had to navigate the province against all odds, which truly involved lots of debates, doubts, arguments, discussions, discernment, and searching for answers. Sister Benedicta demonstrated great courage and unwavering trust to do more for the province. She had to learn more. Of course, mission was initiated in the province in many places by Mother Christian. But Sister Benedicta had to strive to keep the spirit of the mission moving even when the resources were meager. She always hoped that things will improve, situations will change, and there would be bright morn after every difficult situation. No doubt, in every circumstance, her confidence in the Lord took her to great heights.
Yes, Sister Benedicta was chosen as the first Indian provincial of the Indian province. In simplicity and strength, she assumed the government of the province, trusting in the Lord who said, "My grace is sufficient for you." Her first task as a provincial was to shift the provincial house from Thomastown to MG Road, a venture which was already initiated by Mother Christian and Sister Lydia. God used Mother as his humble instrument in continuing his plan of salvation through the congregation. During her term as the provincial superior, the presence of SCBs spread to different parts of Karnataka as the congregation desired to reach out to the marginalized. Sensing the needs of the people and the call of the bishops, She courageously ventured to open houses in Arogya Seva Nilaya, Alahalli in 1976, Daya Nilaya at Mirjan in 1978, Prem Nivas in 1979 at Belgaum, St. Charles Convent in Hoshangabad and St. Charles Convent at Sunkeri in 1982. When every sister is true to her committed life and dedicated in the given apostolate, the province will grow, was her belief when she took up the responsibility of leading the one Indian province in 1975, which is an inspiring statement even today.
Mother Benedicta was a true missionary at heart. Once she completed her term as a provincial superior, she opted to go to Argentina as a missionary. But God had other plans for her. Within a year, that is, in the third general chapter of the congregation, she was elected as the general councillor from 1987 to 1993. God continued to use the gifts and capabilities of Mother in an awe-inspiring way. She was still young at heart and energetic in her ways. As soon as she completed her term as the General Councillor, she was back to her province and was appointed as the junior mistress for the second time. Apart from helping the juniors to grow in holiness, she has also encouraged and strengthened the vocations of many sisters.
Flexibility in a stem makes a tree stand in storms. Flexibility in decision makes an army win battle. Flexibility in behavior makes a human win hearts. This quote befits to Mother Benedicta when I look at my past in my encounter with her. My first community was Richestown community, biggest and with all senior sisters. I felt that I was a fish in the ocean, not knowing any sisters in the community. There was fear of making mistakes in given responsibility. I felt my community life was very much challenging. It was then I found a motherly, affectionate, confidential, understanding, non-judgmental, attentive listener with few words, firm yet gentle advisor, a mentor, motivator, prayerful, with whom I could share my difficulties. Mother Benedicta guided me to look at the religious life with a new vision, a new heart and a new attitude, to begin anew from an intimate and radical love for Christ, to live as woman disciple of Jesus, bearers of hope, peace and compassion, to live a life of holiness. Today, whatever be the challenges, I am able to gaze at the crucifix and draw strength from Him. Thank you, dear Reverend Mother, for standing by me and praying for me. I remain ever grateful to you.
With joy and much rejoicing, the 5th General Chapter announced Mother Benedicta as the Superior General, and she was re-elected as the Superior General in the following General Chapter. Hence, Mother was the Superior General of the congregation from 2000 to 2011. She assumed her servant leadership in the spirit of the Master with the forward-looking hope of walking in the footsteps of her predecessors.
The important milestones as a Mother General. Moved by the spirit of Vatican II, the General Chapter of 1999-2000, chaired by the Superior General Mother Benedicta Lobo, welcomed the proposal of establishing lay collaboration with the congregation of the Sisters of St. Charles Borromeo. The revision of the Constitution, which was brought out in 2007, was guided by Mother Benedicta. The formation of the different commissions at the general and province level and the policies of each commission is her inspiration, which guides the functioning of the commissions even today. Transferring the St. Charles Generalate to India closes a long era of 326 years in the West and ushers in a new era in the history of the congregation. The inspiration emerged at the General Chapter of January 2006 when the Superior General and the General Councillors were all Indians. This inspiration was carried forward by Mother Benedicta, the Superior General, supported by the congregation. Searching the land, obtaining the required permission from Cardinal Oswald Gracious, and shifting the generalate from Belgium to India was indeed a daring step. As a Superior General, her faith in the sisters, her missionary spirit, her vision for the future, coupled with a discerning mind, led to the establishment of the first house of the congregation in Mexico in 2007. It was a daring and generous step which today is rewarded with a vocation for the congregation. The book, Ever Ancient, Ever New, is a tangible and lasting legacy handed down to us by Mother Benedicta. It is the first book of its kind. Thanks to Mother, this book is the only source of information for us about our past. Joining us now is Sister Saroj, who was the assistant to Mother Benedicta when she was a general for the second term. Tell us, Sister Saroj, something about Mother's administrative and human skills that have had influence on you and on all the sisters of our congregation.
Good morning to all of you. As an assistant to Mother Benedicta, when she was Superior General, she told the council we will work together. Participatory leadership encourages involvement. Her confidence in God, her keen observation, awareness of the Church's demands and its teaching, changing rules of the government and its demands, her discernment and decision making are lessons I learned from her. Love for the congregation, being faithful to the patrimony of the congregation, faithfulness to details, firmness in demanding from her sisters, kept the spirit of the congregation alive. She is a person of prayer. Her availability to the sisters and her confidentiality proved she is a spiritual leader. Promoting vocations and helping them to persevere with the ups and downs of life, and encouraging young leaders to take up their responsibilities are noteworthy. The congregation is ever grateful to you, Mother Benedicta, for the years you led the congregation with your vast experience and knowledge. Thank you.
By nature, she is a reflective person. Her loving gaze, attentive listening, and keen interest in the well-being and welfare of each sister and the congregation, coupled with firmness and tenderness, enabled her to get the full support of the sisters, which in turn strengthened her to face all the odds and challenges of her office as the Mother General. She always upholds her sisters and never speaks ill of them. Any sister could confide about them to her, for she would never betray anyone's trust in her at any cost. Few sisters have remarked saying, "I can make a confession to Mother Benedicta." She is self-disciplined and expected the same from her sisters.
John chapter 10, verse 10. I have come so that you might have life, life in its fullness. Is our experience and her dream and wish for every sister. She continues to render a dedicated service and consistent life of prayer to achieve her goal in life, that is, to be holy. Each one of us is enriched by her open-mindedness, her positive outlook, her experience of venturing into the unknown, her love for nature and her faithfulness in little things. Everyone who approaches her for help, whether literary or spiritual, will not be disappointed. A love for reading, her up-to-date knowledge of current events is highly commendable. She has shown expertise, determination, dedication, and discipline in all the walks of her religious life, whether as an ordinary sister, provincial, superior general, or junior mistress. We bow in gratitude and praise for all the glory and praise that she has brought to the Lord in and through our congregation. As she spends her sunset years in Villa Borromeo and continues to inspire us, we ask the good Lord to continue to bless her onward journey.
You know what? Tomorrow is 28th November. It is the 85th birthday of Mother Benedicta. The community at Newtown is happy to wish Mother a very happy birthday by singing a song of blessing.
Lord, let His face shine down upon you. The sun rise up to meet you on your way. The spirit of His love invade the circle of your friends. Your vision keep you changing day by day. Good times be the jingle in your pocket. Lives are there to warm you when you rise. Forgiving and foregoing be the way you know your soul. Your heart be always open to surprise. Your life find all its seasons in the hollow of His hands. His heart will be the ocean, storing all your footprints in the sand. Falling down be only London bridges, down and out be only words of rhyme. A suitcase full of dreams be all that weighs your body down. Your life pour out like sweet and red good wine. Your life find all its seasons in the hollow of His hands. His heart will be the ocean, upon you. The sun rise up to meet you on your way. The spirit of His love invade the circle of your friends. Your vision keep you changing day by day.